Today, I see how the whole world is looking at me in bewilderment. Until their eyes are red, they glare at this wonder world. Not being satisfied, they try to dig into my past and wait with the knowledge they have of me. To them, I am a villain at one time, a murderer at another, and I am also a god king with many an artistic value. Thus the scale of thought keep moving. Time, yes, time has not stood still. It has been moving on. Excavators, historians, and logisticians have tried during the past to get to know me, to know who I am and what I have been doing. Truly, who am I? I have to question myself. It is amazing.
Lagi aluyama au balai sitini mihimai bindimi mandemaru gasa eta tamuru venehi. Lahiru kennegi dasat babelanne Rusiru kampamana හැම දෙස දිස්වන්නේ සිහිල් මද නලින් ගත සිත පුබුදන්නේ මහනිල් නෙළුම් පිපිවනයේ සුවඳින්නේ
The clouds that surround creates a beautiful golden sight with the touch of the rays of the morning sun. The sight above the clouds is seen as God's kingdom, and the one living there should be a god himself. Why should he not be a god? Is it wrong to compare this man to a god? He had everything he needed to be one. In a tranquilizing location with a scenic view, in a wonderful surrounding, he chose to build a palace for himself. He lived like a god in the palace he built 200 meters above the surrounding plain. This solitary rock provided the foundation for his palace. This adventurous king is none other than the king who is known in our history to have killed his own father, Dhatusena, for a kingship that did not belong to him. He is Kashyapa. His palace is called Simhagiri or Sigiriya. Today, nearly 1,600 years after his demise, if he stood atop the rock mountain, what would he have thought of himself?
I didn't want to be wrapped up in sadness, be suppressed with depression, or be worried in my ruling. I wanted to live with nature. With my lifespan, I wanted to live a totally different life from all other rulers. I wanted to spend my time constructively. I was not shaken by doubt. I knew that there were many who disliked me. Though I forced kingship from my father, could I have been so cruel to force his life out of him? If one says so, there are those who disliked me. They may be the historians who probed into my past. All that I needed was to relieve myself from any harsh commitments and to immerse myself in happiness and fun throughout my life.
It has been found that Sigiriya was a hive of activity during the period 477 AD to 495 AD. It has been stated that in comparison with other wonderful constructions in the world, Sigiriya acquires a unique place as its eighth wonder. It is also believed to be one of the best preserved and most elaborate surviving urban cities in South Asia from the first millennium AD, and an example of a site rare in archaeological records. It reveals the marvel of construction and the artistic ability that our ancestors had. Sigiriya is a monument of that era. Today, even after 1,500 years, these water fountains are functioning. The technology used is over 1,500 years old. It is believed that this whole area would have been full of water fountains functioning through a unique hydraulic system. Excavations have revealed that the pools were interlinked by a network of underground conduits fed by the Sigiriya lake and surrounding moats. The constructions in the western bank of the rock has been done in surrounding moats. The west bank of the rock is the inner city. This area was reserved exclusively for the royals. It had a moat and a 30-foot high rubble wall surrounding the pleasure gardens. This is considered to be the oldest such garden in Asia, with elaborate water-retaining structures and hydraulic systems. What a wonderful sight it would have been when the king was in the pleasure gardens with ladies of the court. The royal path is constructed right in front of the Sigiriya frescoes. This may have been to attract the attention of the visitors. Beside the path, adjoining the royal gardens, archaeological finds of assembly halls, resting rooms and large rooms have been unearthed. These are believed to have been used by the royals when using the water gardens. The summer palaces or water pavilions have been built on these islands. Bridges built into the surface rock would have provided access to the palace. These are believed to have been used to entertain foreign delegates.
I know that many historians have written about me, about what I did and what I did not do. But by not mentioning me, could they have forgotten King Kashyapa? This rock mountain is my legend. I have made my presence felt everywhere. Though everything that happened is not written in black and white, each rock, each grain of sand will have a story to tell. Isn't it amazing? However, there are many stories that have been woven around me and my private life. My leisure, my pleasures, and my cruelty have been talked about. Truly, Kashyapa is Sigiriya, and Sigiriya is Kashyapa. It is hard to talk about Kashyapa without talking about Sigiriya and vice versa. All that I wanted was to live an exclusive life, distinct from other rulers. Yes, I believe I have achieved that. If you see Sigiriya, you have thus seen me.
This area of Sigiriya, which has unusual rock formations, is a mystery. The large rocks that are in the vicinity would have been used as foundations for small assembly halls. The surrounding nature has not been disturbed. The water that runs down the rock has been manipulated to come down as a waterfall. The mixture that was used to build these walls is of a very high standard. This is believed to have been built after King Kashyapa by King Mughal when Sigiriya was established as a monastery. At the end of each rock there is a cave. Some of these caves are believed to have been used by bhikkhus who lived in the area before King Kashyapa. There are about 30 such rock caves and golden arches found at Sigiriya. This is called the Cobra Hood Cave, a dramatic rock formation. It dates from the earliest phase of occupation at Sigiriya and bears a donatory inscription belonging to the last 4 centuries BC. Archaeological findings have revealed that bhikkhus had lived here before and after King Kashyapa. It is believed that these drawings are the most dramatic manifestations of the painter's art of Sigiriya. It is nothing less than a masterpiece of expressionist painting, displaying a considerable imaginative range and artistic virtuosity in a way not seen elsewhere in the surviving paintings of the Sri Lankan tradition. Since Kashyapa was not the son of King Dhatusena's chief queen, he was not entitled for kingship. But Kashyapa was able to grab the kingship from his father and Mughal. Dhatusena's son escaped to India. King Kashyapa was blamed and held responsible for the killing of his father. Some Buddhist monks have had differences amongst themselves. Therefore, there were some who supported King Kashyapa in this parricidal act. Venerable Mahanama, who wrote the Mahavansa, seems to have opposed King Kashyapa. Hence, he was written just a few lines on Kashyapa in the Mahavansa.
I am not to be blamed for my father's death, but I know that I cannot get away with it. I had never been sad over my past. Why should I be? I have a broad outlook now. Though my father lost his life in the battle for kingship, am I to be blamed? If I had not taken the kingship from him, would there have been a Sigiriya rock palace for you to talk about? Sigiriya would have been just another rock covered by thick jungle.
This area of Sigiriya requires special attention amongst all other rock gardens in the world. The surrounding nature has not been disturbed.